target hardening, you do want to ensure the safety of your business and your employees and yourself without making it look overly fortified. The Willowbrook Mall is a great example of a well-trained security company. They know how to utilize the security system, they can access the camera system, and they've provided great training to the employees on when to call the police. With the Home Depot, they've got geo-tracking for their security company, so they've got different places around their site that they want to ensure that the security guards are checking on an hourly basis. And it's also, if you know your neighbors and you know the other businesses in the area, you may be able to share a security guard between the businesses and decrease the cost that is associated with that. Astragals need to be interlocking and the full length of the door. And that's, you can see that on that door on the right. So there's an astragal that doesn't allow for anything to be put in between the two doors and pried open. I did want you to notice the windows on the left. It did appear that this business was still under construction, but what I would want to ensure that there is some sort of anchored window film on that window, or that there is going to be a roll or something that is ensuring the safety of those glass windows. And you can just see here, this door, it doesn't have that astragal, so someone could easily put that screwdriver through, pry open that door. But the door announcer, I mean, it doesn't have to be fancy. That is perfect. That's gonna allow your employees to know that if someone's opening that door, the bell's gonna ring and that attention's gonna be drawn to who's ever entering your space. So I did mention the window film earlier. It's really similar to that, the covering you put on your phones to try to ensure that the screen doesn't crack. And if it does crack, it doesn't shatter. So that's the idea between the window film. It does need to be attached on the inside, but it's gonna allow for a lot harder access from the outside to the inside. And that's what you wanna prevent, because you never want to lock yourself or an employee in. And you can see with the grates and the grills, not that they're good, bad, or indifferent, but you've definitely, on the picture on the right-hand side, that window now is no longer an escape route. If for some reason that door was barricaded, you couldn't get out, now that window also is out of play to be able to exit your building. I would encourage you to look into window film, see if it is maybe a suitable alternative for your business. And electromagnetic locking systems on your doors, they're also something to consider to decrease the amount of exterior hardware or anything on the outside of your building. I would definitely encourage any mailboxes, they be removed to some sort of inside location where there's better surveillance over them. And then I would prefer that it's locked up at night, but if you can't, make sure you're checking your mail every day. You don't want to leave anything behind there. Fencing, you want to make it hard to cut through, hard to climb, without making your business that fortress and allowing the natural surveillance in and out of your gated area. The left, both pictures actually are good examples, but I love the bars woven into the fence on the left. That makes it much harder to cut. It's going to make it very hard to climb and just hard, not impossible, but a lot harder for someone to get into that area. I'm just going to point out, I do love the fact that the garbage bins are behind that gated area, making it harder for anyone to access that as well. There is a great lock on the gate there on the left-hand side, and that's going to ensure that, again, while it's not impenetrable, it's going to take a lot longer and a lot more effort to cut that lock to gain access. And the picture on the right, again, we've got a gate and fencing that goes up high enough that it's going to be very, very difficult for anyone to climb over. And you can see at the handle on the right, the door handle has actually been now taken off, so you can't have someone that comes along, hits with a sledgehammer, and it pops open. And it also looks like it's been additionally fortified right around the area of that door handle. And you can see with that picture on the right, with the fencing, that they have got an extra layer of some sort of woven metal-like material on the inside, making it harder for someone to cut through. If you do have underground parking, I do hope that you are able to have it gated. It's a great idea if you can have it separated between public and private, so your employees and yourself can access a different parking area than the public. Make sure your gates are timed to that 7-7-7, which means 7 seconds to open, 7 seconds open, and then 7 seconds to close. And lots of education around making sure that you have that car wait till the gate is closed, till they clear and they leave. And that just takes lots of education there. You can see that this parkade is actually pretty bright, and that may be in part to painting the ceilings and the walls white, and that just increases visibility and brightness.